Oh, who's dancing along to the Colour Me Happy tune? It's a really lovely, happy tune. I love Colour Me Happy. It's one of those shows in the week that we all love because it shows us something of our colouring medium. And today is all about the glitter paste, which is incredible. And I can't wait to see what our fabulous man in the corner there has got in store for us. But welcome to Crafters TV. You are joining us on our second show of the day. It's a Sunday. Are you relaxing? Are you having a roast dinner maybe? Are you just putting your feet up? Maybe you've watched a nice Christmas film and then maybe you've just tuned in and found us on Crafters TV. Hopefully you have. It's going to be a great day because the first thing we've got is an amazing deal on the glitter paste. There's lots to choose from. We've got a showstopper, so you can go for that whole showstopper, and we've got an extra bonus buy as well, which is fabulous, and you're going to need that as well. If you've done anything with our glitter paste, make sure that you let us know, because we'd love to see some of your creations of what you've built up with the glitter paste, and maybe the stencils as well, because we do have stencils, glitter paste and embossing folders on the show. Now, we are in the middle of that outlet sale as well, so do head on to the website and check out all those deals on that outlet sale, because boy are there still some in there that you can't afford to miss. Also, it's Black Friday event, but it does end at midnight tonight, so please don't miss out on those Black Friday deals. They will all be changing from midnight, so do go and check those out. And of course, I'm not alone in the studio. I have a fabulous man that I've been spending the whole weekend with, and a fabulous team, in fact. Our Charlotte, we're literally on the penultimate show with Charlotte, so we have one more after this, and then she'll be going off to pastures new. But for now, me and Craig are in the studio. Craig, we've had a great morning. It
has been.
And now we've got an exciting afternoon.
Yes, we do indeed. Colour Me Happy. It's been a while since I've done a Colour Me Happy, where we're going to be splitting it up when it comes to our glitter paste and stencils, and we're going to bring in some embossing folders when it comes to the duet ink pads as well. Let's have a look at these ones, because when it comes to the glitter paste, the quality of these ones are absolutely exceptional. So much so that, yes, they're going to go into your cardstock, but they're going to be going onto your acetate, your vellum. They're going to go onto your harder surfaces. They're going to go into your materials as well, so you can do your home decor and you can do gifts. But then what we've got is we've got some Christmas stencils, but then we've got kind of everyday stencils as well. When it comes to the stencils that you'll see just shortly, each set has 3 that are going to complement. But we can see within these ones here, beautiful cards that you can be making. But of course, you can start to use them in conjunction with your embossing folders as well. We're going to do a little bit of a flip-flop when it comes to this show here. So I've got some set demonstrations sorted and arranged that we're going to do, and then we'll also do a little bit of playing as well. So we're just going to show you different ways to use stencils, glitter paste, folders, inks. It's going to be a fun couple of hours.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. Lots of you already joining us in today. Grace is on socials, so hey Grace. She's with us for the rest of the day. Sarah Brown, my flaming Galar, is in as well. It's 2 a.m. in Melbourne, Australia. She's sending hugs, especially to Charlotte. Thankful for all you have done, and we will miss you. That's so lovely, isn't it? So nice. She's saying thank you. Deborah's in saying hello all. Hello, Deborah. Panda Crafts in saying hello, everyone. I'm in a freezing cold craft shed. I should have put the heating on. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely, those temperatures are definitely getting chilly now, aren't they? Hi all from Edmonton, where there is a trace of snow. Who else has got snow? That's Marianne, Rosie. And Diane is saying good morning from a cold Canada. Yeah, it's all a little bit chilly out there, isn't it? But hopefully we can warm the cockles of your heart with a little bit of grouting and gilding, and with the fabulous glitter paste. So first of all, let's just have a look at that 13-piece collection. It is the glitter paste. I'm not sure exactly all the colours there. I haven't got them all on here, but I will show you some of the colours that you will get in that 13-piece set. Oh, here we go. We can see all those colours there. So you're getting all those gorgeous, beautiful colours, and you're getting them all for £52 platinum or $64, which are amazing. So let's have a look at some of those colours that you've got. Now, let's take, now hopefully, let's see if we've got the right colours here. So the first one we've got is our ruby, this one's our peony bloom. So I'm going to turn it round so you can actually see these ones. So peony bloom, is that one on our listing? It is, and we've got our regal purple, so beautiful regal purple. We've then got our starlight blue. Beautiful. Look at the colours on here are just truly beautiful. We've got our Jade River. We've also got the Copper Beach. Oh, we've got a nice candlelit gold, like that one, candlelight gold. We've also got the silver, you know what, I've got my glasses right next to me. Let's put my glasses on. I can see now, they're all good. Silver moon, got a silver moon. We've got a rose gold as well in the collection. What about the silver bells? Yes, we've got silver bells, look at that one. Oh, I'm really glad we're getting all these colours. A lot of these ones were from our Christmas collections. The ice dance. Yes, we've got the fairy lights. That one, and if I just pop that to that gold, can you see the differences in the gold? So you're getting two different, completely different colour golds. We've then got our ivy, holly and ivy, which is that gorgeous green. And we've also got the poinsettia as well. So really beautiful designs in there. You're getting all of those today for an amazing price of £65 or $80. But we have a bonus buy. I say but, that's not a but, is it? A but is not a bonus buy. We have a bonus buy. That's what we certainly have. And these are amazing. These are all the tools you're going to need to use the glitter paste. So if you haven't used our glitter paste before and you want to treat yourself to something before Christmas, or you want to give that gift of giving, pop these into your basket. If you pop these in your basket with the showstopper, you will get them half price, which is incredible. So £30 or £38 they are normally, but you will get them for half the price if you pop them in with the showstopper, and that gives you everything there. So these ones are your silicone spatulas, which are really good for sort of getting everything out of your jars. You've then got your spatulas as well, which come in 3 different sizes, and then we've got our messy mat. I love this mixed media mat. It's absolutely brilliant. It's got ports in there that you can mix your paint with. It's got that amazing sort of silicone, and it's non-slip as well, so you can pop this onto your surface and it's not going to go anywhere. So grab those ones with your showstopper, or if you just want to go for them today because you want extras or you've not had them before, they're £24 platinum today or $30.40. Right, we're all up to date with the housekeeping. Let's now go over to Craig and see what the first demo he has in store.
Right, let's use a little bit of rose gold, and we're going to go in with kind of like the everyday stencil. So we're going to use the love hearts, but let's have a look at some of the finished samples using some of the other stencils as well, because of course you can recreate these ones but using some of the other stencils if you want to, but thinking about going far and beyond when it comes to things such as your template library, your expansion packs, your card blanks that would do as well. What you're going to find within these ones, within each set, you've got a larger stencil, you've got a border stencil, and then you've got a topper stencil as well, which then just works so well together. You can start to create your ombre effects that you can see here, coming along with your sentiments, but even going on to your kind of neutral cardstock, your natural cardstocks, with things such as your craft card, and then a couple that I showed you right at the start, just going in by strips and borders, going in with the large cards. When it's dried, you're going to be able to create that resist effect if you want to come along with some of your inks. That's just a few ideas when it comes to kind of like the everyday stencils. But as I say, we're going to be using the love hearts. So when it comes to the love hearts, these are the ones that you're going to be getting. So you're going to get your larger stencil. So the actual stencil itself is 8.5 by 8.5, but the actual design's about 8 by 8. So there's all of the love hearts. But then what you're also going to get is you're going to get a border banner also as well, that's going to work really, really well. And then you're going to get your topper as well. So if I bring this one in, if I can pick it up, bring this one in, you're going to be getting that too.
I love that.
It's a nice one, isn't it?
I just think the whole
really nice.
The whole concept of having those 3 and those hearts are beautiful.
They're really, really beautiful. Whether you do use them all together, Debbie, or whether you use them separate, but please don't think you can only use them for your glitter paste. Go in with your spritz, go in with your ink pads. You know, Debbie was showing you your 3 kind of main ink pads yesterday, the pigment, the water reactive, and then the quick dry. There's many ways that you can use them all together. But let's just strip it right back and let's go, Craig. I'm not very good, I'm not very confident at building up layers, so let's just pop these ones out the way for now, and we'll just focus on the larger one to create a background. And we're going to come in with my white multi-purpose. I've already cut this one though to 5 by 6 inches here, and I'm just going to pop it down. If you want to go with your multimedia mat, of course, you can do. But what we can do within this one here, this one's still tacky, so I know whoever's used this before has already been using the repositional adhesive spray, so I don't need to put any more on that. You can either use the spray, or you know, sometimes what I just do is I won't use the spray, but I'll just tack it down with the low tack tape. It's whatever you feel comfortable and confident in using. But I'm just going to use that residual tack that's already on there. But when it comes to the each designs, let's bring in the black card once again, because what you're going to find, certainly within the love hearts, within one corner, you've got more of the larger love hearts that are then just cascading down or up into your smaller love hearts. So if you are doing a specific size, for instance 4 by 6, you've got that choice, Debbie. Do you want to have more of the larger love hearts? Do you want to have more of the subtler love hearts? Or maybe you want to do a little bit of a mixed media style and just do sections. You can absolutely do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go more within the larger love hearts to the bottom right-hand corner, the bottom left-hand corner, working my way up to the top there. And we're going to go in with the rose gold here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure I've got a good press down, because it's lightly tacky, because it's been used a few times. So I really don't want to add any more spray on. You can do, but I'm just going to use what's already there. And then we're going to go into the rose gold here. We're going to peel this one off into the back there, and you've got that gorgeous, luscious glitter paste when it comes to each tub. Remember, each of them though, whether it's the Spectrum Noir or the Crafter's Companion, it's the exact same medium that's inside each one. What I mean by that one is, you know, Debbie was showing you, but some of them are your Christmas when it comes to the white lids, so that's more of your Christmas colours, and then you've kind of got your generic everyday colours. The only thing that differs is the colours. It's exactly the same top quality glitter paste that's inside, so you can be using them on your different materials and that if you want to. But what we're going to do is we're going to go in with a spatula. I've already given this a mix just before we went live, but let's give that another bit of a mix just to mix in that glue. Sometimes what will happen in transit, if they've been sitting and they've been sitting flat, you can kind of see the separation of the glue and the glitter. There's nothing wrong with it. That's the whole point of your spatulas. You're just going to come in and give them a really good mix. And of course, you can go in with your spatula, or of course, just your finger, take any of that excess off, and then we can then start to go in and we're going to spread. So we're going to take a light little amount just onto the top. I like to go to the top, and then what we're going to do is we're going to start to spread and scrape down. You don't need much. You can always go back and add, of course, but you want to take as much of that excess off as possible, because you want to be able to reuse that. And then we're just going to go back using that spatula. You've got the 3 different sizes, but let's just finish off that top corner, coming down to the bottom. And then, of course, within the one of the samples that I showed you, you can start to do things such as your ombre effect and start to mix your colours if you want to. But we're just going to then give that a good scrape, take any of that excess off, fill in any little sections. We're just going to go back. We're just going to make sure as well, either have a little kind of water bath ready or a damp cloth, or at the moment we're just going to use a wipe, just so that none of that is going to dry, because it does dry quick, and once it's dry it's hard to get off. And then I'm just going to then take that off.
Oh, nice.
And then we can see we've got
So lovely.
that gorgeous backdrop already done for us. We just need to let that dry. I'm going to set that out the way for now. What I have got is I've already got one dry. And this is where, as we were talking about earlier on, Debbie, when it comes to masterclass, this one here, you know, I've got things set in mind. However, I'm going to tweak it as we go live. And what I mean by that is the dried one that I've got, in case you wonder what I'm doing, don't have time to actually clean this at the moment. So I want to make sure I keep that damp just until it comes to our next break, and then I can come along and then give that a good clean afterwards. So let's move that out the way. If we find our water bath in between the shows, I'll run out and get that just to pop the actual stencils in. But we're just going to give it a quick clean, and then making sure as well, put the lid back on. Don't bend that kind of foil lid as well, because that's a good one just to keep any of the air out. We're just going to then just, of course, switch that on. And then let's come in with the dried one. So let's take that excess off. And I'm going to come in with my duet. So this is where I'm going to kind of go a little bit further than I originally planned, Debbie. So this is completely dry now. Completely dry.
Is there a time limit on them, Craig? Does it take sort of roughly a certain amount of time for them to dry, just in case anyone is wondering that?
So what I would say, so this is the one that we've just done. For me to then mat and layer and finish my card, I would give that at least maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes for me to then manhandle. To actually do what I'm away to do now and post, I would always leave it overnight. Anything that's wet, leave overnight for you to then send out and post. Or as I say, what I'm away to do is I'm away to do a little bit of a resist effect. So let's come in with our actual layer there. I'm going to have a look at my actual duet. Let's go in raspberry ripple, or do I want... yeah, let's go a little bit of that pinky tone. Because even although this is a rose gold colour glitter, irrelevant of the colour of your glitter paste, it's essentially going to create that resist. So I'm just going to go to the top. I'm just going to ink up my actual blending tool here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come around the edges. So what's happening is we are inking the edges with the raspberry ripple, but what's also happening is the actual rose gold of the glitter paste is resisting that colour. And that's going to happen no matter what colour of the glitter paste you're going to use. So we can then just work our way around the edges here, inking up, picking up that raspberry ripple from the duet. And then what we're just doing is we're creating that nice kind of light pastel pink layer all the way around, but we're doing nothing to distract from that intensity of the rose gold. So if we come all the way around here, finishing off, and then we've still got, even where we've got that raspberry ripple all the way around, we've got that incredible crisp sparkle from the rose gold. It's not essential, but anything that you're doing sort of like a resist effect, I would just go around with a little microfiber cloth or that and just buff off any excess ink that is on your top layer.
And I don't want to scare anyone, but you know, it'll be Valentine's soon.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
The way the time's going, Craig, I mean, this year has flown, hasn't it?
It is. It's just another day to me, though. It's just another day to me.
One day it won't be, Craig. One day we will find someone that will be your lifetime partner.
Oh, I'm getting fed up waiting. What is it they say about females kissing a lot of frogs? What's the male equivalent? And the female equivalent?
Kissing lots of frogettes.
Frogettes, yeah.
Froglets.
Oh, froglets, yeah. Being in my life sometimes, but anyway, never mind. A little bit of black layer. But you are right though, Debbie, when it comes to your cardstock, when it comes to the cards that you're making, it could be for Valentine's. This one, although we've gone in with those colours, the raspberry ripple and your rose gold, yeah, absolutely perfect for Valentine's. But what about doing something like the fairy lights? That could be anniversary or it could be wedding if you want to, of course.
Oh, definitely.
So just by changing the colour can look different. And then we're going to come along and we're just going to go into card blank. Now, it's a little bit of an odd shaped card blank I've done for this one, but it's 5.5 by 6.5. And I'm going to pop that into there. And then that is the basis of the card blank done. But what we're going to do, because this one we're just keeping it really, really simple, I've gone in with my love die. So within this one there, it's from one of our framed nesting dies that I've got, which says love. I've got the matte layer to go with it that we can see here. But what I want to do is I want to colour the love, and I want to colour it with the rose gold. So you can go in with a brush if you want to. If you do that, do please make sure that you give it a good clean afterwards and essentially paint over the top. Or you can just use your little spatula if you want to. Or, you know, if you're happy getting inky and messy, we can just go in and we can dab over the top. You're not going to get a strong coverage because, of course, you've got that translucity of the glue. But what will happen is you'll see from the one that's already dried, you're going to get that white backdrop, but you're going to get that gorgeous sparkle shimmer from that rose gold.
Oh, love that.
So
Craig.
if I put that onto there.
And I suppose once it's dry, you could always go back in and add some more, couldn't you?
100%. 100%, yeah. So if you do want it to be a strong rose gold or whatever glitter colour you're using, just go over the top and add to it. Or with that one being the rose gold, if you want to go in with another lighter tone and maybe just dab in sections, you can absolutely do that. But then what we can do is set that one to the side. And then if I bring this one in that's already dried, you can see here, you're getting that little bit of a sparkle. But I like, it's like you were talking about earlier on, you know, I'm a big fan of leaving white borders and I've done it for a lot of years. And, you know, you've recently started to like doing that as well. It works well having that white shine through. It kind of works in coordination with the sparkle from your glitter paste.
It's a little bit distressed as well, which I like.
It is. It really, really is. So let's just take that excess off for now. And then keeping it really, really simple when it comes to the glitter paste, because I know it can be a little bit daunting sometimes. You know, you think glitter paste, you think of glitter glues and stencils, and I have to get messy and inky and really, really detailed. And you don't. You can keep it really, really simple as I've done there. I'm just going to lay that on to the top, which by popping this onto the black, you've got that coordination of your white cardstock that you're just starting to see shine through. You've got your rose gold when it comes to the glitter, which is really starting to pop. And it's starting to pop because we've got that black in that background. So let's just move that into position, sliding it up. So we've gone from going over our stencils with our glitter paste, creating that resist effect all the way around, and then colouring our die cuts. And then all that we need to do is go in with any of our nesting dies, any shape ones that you've got. I know certainly many of you have got the love hearts. So I'm just going to elevate that with my foam pads. That one we can pop into there, which we can, do you know what I'm going to do? Just because that last minute I've gone around and added that raspberry ripple, let's do that around here as well.
Oh, nice.
So I'll show you the one that I'd kind of prepped before, and you showed you how I've changed it ever so slightly as we have gone live. Because sometimes we do that, don't we? We come with one idea, Debbie, and we've got it all planned and sorted, either in prep packs that we call it, or in our head. And then we'll come live and we change it as we're going.
Do you know what I think it is, Craig? I thought this the other week, and I think it's because when we're at home and we're prepping one after the other quite quickly and putting things together. So you just need to get as much done with your time as possible. We don't have like 2 hours to just be able to spend and take our time on doing it. So when we then take our time putting it together, we then see all these things and think, oh, I wish I'd done that, and I wish I'd done this to it. But actually, I think it's a really nice thing to do. I think it's good to not do everything when you're doing the prep pack, because it shows to everyone out there that everyone can change things. Everyone can add their own take on something. So I think that's what it is. We just don't have the time to think about it too much when we're at home prepping.
And now that you've said it in that way, you're right enough. You really, really are right enough.
I'm always right, Craig.
Of course you are. Hey, you're not going to get any arguments from me on that one, Debbie. You know that. Even if you were wrong, I would still say you're right. Yeah, definitely. Never wrong in my eyes. Never. But then also to create that little bit of definition in that foreground and background, although I'm going to put that love heart here, which works, by putting just a little bit of vellum, just a little strip there. So it's like you've got a couple of different levels of your glitter hearts. Now, in order to get that in the right place, what I'm just going to do is I'm getting my actual vellum strip where I want it. I'm then going to go in with the love heart. And then now I know the perfect place to put my adhesive on the back by going around. I'm using my tacky glue. You can, of course, use your new tape runners or your original tape runners. That can go into the top just there. We're just going to hold and press that for a second. And then with the actual sentiment, the love, I'm just going to go in, take my foam pad off. I'm going to sit that into there, and I've got a tiny, tiny little die cut love heart, which we're just going to take another little foam pad. As I always say, when it comes to the height and foam pads, it's always, always optional. You can keep it completely flat if you want to, but that I'm going to keep white, so the white heart against the raspberry ripple, with having, of course, that strip of vellum in the middle, just separating, elevating it that little bit more. And then there we go. So we've got that one. And this is the one that I'd done, and the only difference I'd done beforehand was I didn't add the raspberry ripple around the edge.
Oh, I like it.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah.
Isn't it nice?
Really nice. It actually gives it a softer focus.
It does.
Yeah, it's
it really, really does. So you've got your two options.
Absolutely beautiful. And that's just one of the makes you could be doing with those amazing glitter pastes and just one of those stencils. We will go through those stencils. Let's just recap on the glitters that you're getting. One is the Holly and the Ivy, so you will be getting that one. We've also got the Candlelight Gold, so another beautiful design. We've got our Silver Bells as well, so you can see all those different colours. We've got our Copper Beach, another beautiful design. Then we've got our Starlit Blue, our Silver Moon, that Ice Dance, gorgeous colour. This one's beautiful, the Regal Purple. We've then got our Fairy Lights, our Jade River, our Peony Bloom, our Poinsettia, and then the last one, which I haven't got here but Craig's just used, is that a Rose Gold, which is absolutely gorgeous. So now, glitter pastes. Oh, there it is. There's the rose gold, so you're getting that one as well in that collection. You're getting all of those today, which is amazing, for an incredible price. But if you do pop, we will bring that up in a second, but if we just look at the bonus buy, if you pop these in your basket at the same time as your showstopper, you will get these half price. If you want to purchase these today though, they are £30 or £38. Platinum price £24 or $30. $40. So a great one to add in your basket and a great one to have if you've already got the glitter paste as well. Right, now talking of those stencils, this is the one Craig was using. We do have a collection for you as well. The Love Hearts. Now each one of these designs, the different designs, comes with those 3 different stencils. The really large 8x8, you've got your topper and your border. We've also got the spots and dots, so another beautiful design. You'll be using these so many times. We've also got our peacock feathers, really gorgeous, love that one. Then we've got our Art Deco, lovely design there. I use this one quite a lot on lots of different techniques. We've also got our butterfly, delightful butterflies, and then we've got one board missing, but you do get your swirls on there as well, so you do get an additional one. You're getting 18 stencils in total. That's unreal. 18 stencils for platinum price of $18.40. £1 a stencil, yes please. That's incredible value, so do go ahead and grab those ones. Right, we've got Zoe Carver in today saying afternoon everyone. Philip Watson is saying good afternoon all. Lois is saying hello from Ohio. Lois. Candy is saying hello again from this morning, and Candy is also saying please tell Craig thank you for recommending the film Surviving Christmas. I watched it during the break between shows and I absolutely loved it. Great recommendation.
You're more than welcome.
You do listen, I love that.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
I've never heard of it, so I'm definitely going to be finding
film.
that one. Candy, let us know where you watched it on, and I'll see if I can find it. Michael Adams is in and saying we had a fantastic day at Country Baskets with Debbie Robinson. What an absolutely fabulous, fantastic crafter, a friend for life. That is definitely Debbie Robinson.
It is.
She is bigger than and bolder than life, and she is a friend to everybody. She's amazing, so I'm glad, Michael, you had the best day with her yesterday. Mary Beth is saying hi Charlotte, best wishes for success in all your future endeavours. We will miss you. She said thank you. Wendy's saying good afternoon Debbie, Craig, Grace, CTV and all the crafters. I was going to do some crafting while watching but decided just to put my feet up, have a cup of coffee.
Good.
After doing Sunday lunch. Yes, that's what you should be doing, Wendy. Jen is in saying good morning to Debbie, Craig and the CC team. Pat is in saying, can you use any type of stencils with the glitter? I know this, I'll throw this across to Craig. Craig, can you use any glitter, any stencils with the glitter pastes?
Absolutely, of course you can. Of course you can. All that I would say is it depends, of course, the actual medium, the quality of it, whether it's a thicker one or a thinner one. The thinner the stencil, I would recommend getting some kind of adhesive spray. I know our one is a little bit harder for you guys to get stateside. Absolutely any stencil. Not only that, Debbie, if you've got your Create a Card dies, die cut them out and then stencil over the die cut, and then you've got your Create a Card dies that have now become stencils.
Oh, I love that. Amazing, amazing. Sarah Brown saying such a lovely card, Craig. Mary Ann is saying elegant card, and Lois is saying very pretty card. Thank you, Craig. Right, we're going to give you a little chance to check out your baskets because we can see they are bulging, but do join us right back after this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
Ah, the people, obviously. The people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Oh, welcome back to Crafters TV. I love listening to all those videos. They look really cool, don't they? We are in the middle of, we're only 35 minutes in actually, but we are into our amazing Colour Me Happy. You love Colour Me Happy. We're getting lots of people in this morning, lots of you in the comments chatting away, so it's lovely to have you here with us on this Sunday afternoon, which is quite a chilly afternoon. The heaters are on. We haven't got a fireplace that we can roar up. We've got a fake one. It's just a shame it doesn't doesn't throw out any heat, but it's all good. Me and Craig have got our little heaters that we're huddled round. What are you up to on this Sunday? Let us know, because we'd love to hear. And are you crafting? If you're crafting, are you crafting with a glitter paste? If you haven't got any glitter paste, you're in the right place to get them, because today is all things Colour Me Happy with glitter paste, stencils, embossing folders. Oh, embossing folders. I got a really good deal for you. If you don't know what an embossing folder is, sometimes they're a little bit daunting to think what we can do with them, and they have so many different uses. So we've put a pack together for you which show a variety of different designs on them, and I absolutely love them. There's 7 in this collection. The first 8 in this collection. The first one we've got in there is our these ones were our the one that we've done with our set of nesting dies as well. So the opulent oval, it actually has a little set of nesting dies that nestle perfectly into the embossed detailed area there. So that's a great one to have in this collection. And look at that price, you're actually saving more than half price. We've also got our toppling teacups there, which were another beautiful design. What about vintage rose and our timeless roses? A really popular embossing folder, that one, and absolutely stunning. We've got a cut and emboss folder in here, which is your peony blooms. Another beautiful one with those peonies around there. If you love to use your ink pads or your pens to colour them in, that's going to look amazing. Opulent Grace was another one, which is a cut and emboss folder. So I love that we've got a mixture of all different 2D, 3D and cut and emboss folders. We've also got our parasol, which is our vintage parasol from our garden party range. That's a gorgeous one, that one. Really deep embossing, 3D embossing folder. We've also got Follow Your Dreams, which is your 2-piece embossing folder. That comes with your stencil and your embossing. And then we've got our Baroque frame. Again, oh, nearly done it. Your Baroque frame there, which is your cut and emboss. Oh no, just your embossing folder, sorry, not your cut and emboss. So an absolutely beautiful design. You're getting all of those today for £24 or $32. So a great design. Craig, are you using any one of these in your
I am
next
indeed.
demo? Oh, well, let's have a look and see what Craig's got in stock.
Going to use the floral frame, so we're going to use the 4x6. Now this one is a cut and emboss folder. Now, as Debbie said, if you are new to them, please don't be worried or concerned or put off by it being cut and emboss. You need to treat them just as a 2D embossing folder. That's what they are. The only difference is they've got a little die in the middle. So to start with, what we're going to do is we're going to do a letterpress technique. I love this letterpress technique when it comes to our duet ink pads, and also it goes to show you can still do your letterpress technique even when there's a die inside. So when it comes to the folder, there is your outer die, and that's going to do the cutting at the same time. When it comes to that light bit of white foam, please don't try and pick that out. That's there to stay there. That serves a purpose. That then just gives protection onto the opposite side. Now, when it comes to letterpress technique, and you know, I'm one that's quite bad for this. I can never ever remember what side I need to ink up with. So what to do is just do them both. There's no harm in doing both sides, and then you know that either way that you're going to get the right one. And it gives you a little bit of a choice as well, because you might actually like the opposite side to what you intended.
Yeah, sometimes the deboss is lovely,
isn't it? It really, really is. So therefore, what we're going to do is we're going to use Raspberry Ripple again, because I do love that one, and we're going to go with the soft heather here. Also to say, if you do start to do letterpress technique, depending on the ink, if it starts to stain this or it stains your folder, again, don't worry, because it's not going to affect any future embossing. As long as you've got residual ink taken off and wiped off, you'll be good to go. But with these being water-based, it's very rare that these will leave a stain mark on them. But just know if they do, don't worry. And then I'm just going to go in with my ink pads here, and I'm not going to be over specific. All that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in, and I'm just going to go into sections. Of course, with our duet, we've got our kind of little teardrop as well that we can go into little individual sections. As you can see, I'm starting to go onto that foam backing, which I'm not worried and not concerned about. I'm just going to go into little sections here, coating up my ink. I'm going to go in with the soft heather as well. So we're just going to go in. We're going to start to then lay that colour down. If we want to go into sections, we can do that. Don't worry about cross-contamination either, because if you do, you can always afterwards just take a little bit of a scrap and take that excess off. But we're just going to go in, and we're just going to lay that colour down onto the design of the folder. I'm just going to go into little sections. And again, if I'm never sure about if I've done it on the right side when it comes to letterpress technique, just do exactly the same. Just go on to the opposite side here, flipping and flopping between our different colours here. So we're going to go in with a little bit of the raspberry ripple. We're just going to then add little bits in. You can go in with some green if you want to. We just want to have fun, lay it down. You're going to get a completely different look every single time. So we're going to add that in. I want to come right to the edges as well because I want to have quite a solid layer of colour. So all the way around, picking up, in with the soft heather, a little bit more of the raspberry ripple, and then you can go all out and you can do your 3 colours, you can do 4 if you want. Just go rogue and have fun. That's what it's about when it comes to these sorts of techniques, when it comes to letterpresses. Adding it in. What we're also going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a faux background just after on another piece, but just dabbing little bits of colour. And that's all that I'm going to do. Let's just go in and just add a little bit more into this opposite side. Because the folder is a non-porous surface, it's not going to dry, so you know that you've got plenty of time to come along and ink it up with the pressure. So I'm going to go in this time, I'm going to go in with some watercolour card. Now with this layer, I'm not going to do any additional water-based technique, so you could use a white smooth stamping card or multi-purpose card if you want to. But we're just going to go in, and because I've got ink on both sides, I just want to be careful that I don't move it too much and smudge. So I'm just going to go and I'm just going to fold that over. You can kind of see that sort of marbled pastel effect that we're going to get. And as it is, technically, it's still just a 2D embossing folder. What you would use is you would use your 2 cutting plates. Now, I still like to add in my metal shim as well. It just enhances that emboss just that little bit more. And we're just going to sit that on. We're going to put our top plate over the top as well. Make sure that that's sandwiched in. And then we're just going to go in to our G2 and we're going to feed that through. If you do have a different branded die cutting machine, these will work absolutely fine. You'll just need to check your plate configuration for a 2D embossing folder. Let's take this one out and then we're going to get 2 different looks. And if we look at that one, look at that one there. So that's sketchy, sort of marbled effect. But then when we're going to the opposite side,
that's lovely.
How smart is that?
So
really,
nice.
really smart. It's got that kind of sketch look. Don't need to worry about cleaning that just yet. I'll do it afterwards. Again, because it's a non-porous surface and it's a water-based ink, it will just wipe off afterwards. And as much as I like those kind of like white areas, which are going to work and complement against the pink that I've got here.
Oh, Craig, that's so nice.
Works really well, doesn't it?
It's so
Works
nice.
really, really well. I just want to trim it slightly because it is going to go onto a stepper card that I've made. Now within this layer, Debbie, I've already got that to 6x4. So it's 6 inches by 4. And therefore I've got my pink layer that's just a little bit thinner. So therefore, I just want to trim this a little bit, which we can use our guillotine or of course our paper trimmer. So I'm going to come down for this one here. I'm going to come down to about 3 3/4. But what I want to do is I just want to make it even. So I'm going to do a little slither on the right-hand side. And then I'm going to do a little slither on the, what did I say a minute ago? So I've done it on the right-hand side. So I'm also going to do it on what will be the left-hand side. And it's just evening it out ever so slightly and doing it to the 3/4 of an inch mark. And then for this one, for the height, I want to do that at 5 3/4. So I'm trimming it down just that little bit. So I'm going to come down a little bit and take a bit off. And then I'm going to do the same here, down to that 5 3/4, taking that little slither off to even it out. You could, of course, cut your cardstock to the accurate size, but when it comes to doing things like a letterpress technique, I do like to do it a bit bigger and then trim it afterwards. It's just a personal preference. That then's given me a really light pink matting layer all the way round. But we want to put something into the back. So before I do that, I'm leaving that kind of with a sketchy white because I like that white look when it comes to that bright pink, which if anyone wants to know, it's from one of our past texture paper pads that I used, that one being the bright. Although we've got those sort of brights, you know, in like Once Upon a Time and stuff like that,
Oh,
you're going to
yeah.
find those pinks in
Yes.
there. So I can then set that out the way for now. Let's bring in another piece of watercolour card, and I've cut this one to 3.5 by 5.5, and we're going to use the same colours here. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to do this straight onto my glass mat. I'm just going to blend colour. Now you can do it straight from the ink pad, and that's what I usually do, but I find for me anyway, when it comes to the actual duet, I like to go in and just pick it up from my actual glass mat, or of course you can do it from things such as your multimedia mat. And I'm just going to go, I'm going to add that on. I'm going to pick more up straight from the actual ink pad to get that deeper tone. I'm just using my square, my rectangle. Going to go in with my next one here, which one is being, of course, it's our heather. It's our soft heather. Picking that up. And then we're going to do a little bit of faux bleaching, which I love when it comes to the duets, because what it's doing is it literally strips it right back to the core of the white card that you're using. So we're using and complementing all these different colours, the two colours in fact. So let's go in, and then you know what you could do, if I use the actual raspberry ripple, if you want to go even stronger and go direct, because we're using the watercolour card, Debbie, we're going to get that little bit of texture to it.
Yeah, very nice.
Don't worry about the edges, because we're not actually going to see that, because that's going to be overlaid. It's more just that intersection that I want. So I really like that effect, so I'm going to do that with the soft heather as well. What I'm then going to do, I don't want it blended too much, I just want a little blend. So I'm just going to kind of cross over into the section there, and I'm happy with that. And then I'm just going to go in with my water spritz here. And you can spritz direct. I like to do it in my hand, because I like to get bigger puddles, and then I just flick. So I'm just flicking, spritzing into my hand, and then I am just flicking. And I do this a lot. You see me do it a lot when it comes to our water reactive ink pads, which is still the faux bleaching effect. But with the duet ink pads, what's happening is it will strip it right back to the core of the colour card that you've used. So in this instance, it is, of course, our white cardstock, our white watercolour card. So let's take that off. The longer you leave it, the more intense it's going to be. But what we'll do is let's just take that just for a second or two. You can, of course, just use a bit of kitchen roll. What you could do, now this is going to be really, really kind of muddly and muddled, but what you can do, it's still going to get a little bit of effect. Instead of doing it on kitchen roll, which you'll then discard in the bin, you can still pick excess off when it comes to a scrap bit of cardstock, and then there's a background already done for you. Come along, and now, so if I show you that, look at that.
Amazing.
How fab is that? What we can do is let's just take that again, pick up that excess that we've got there, and of course I would leave that to dry. However, what we could do, Debbie, just to show you, if we use our trimmer just quickly to trim away, there is a really quick, simple, subtle background.
I love that.
Whereas if you then come along just with a tiny, tiny little bit black cardstock maybe for a matting layer, I've got a sentiment that I'm going to use, but you could do a smaller sentiment down into the bottom, and that's come off of the waste of a background that you've already done,
Yeah,
which usually, for me, I would do it on kitchen roll, which you can still use in mixed media ways, however, just doing it on a bit of scrap card.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And also, if you're doing a few of them, Debbie, use the same one. You know, use the same one, do another background, pick up that colour, so you're going to get an array of colours, but we can keep that. In actual fact, I'm going to take that home with me and use that somehow, because I like that.
It's amazing.
Really, really like that. But now that we've got that done, what I am also just going to do, Debbie, is I'm going to give it just a quick blast, because I do have one already prepared. However, as it tends to work out, I kind of like the one that I've just done there. So I want to just give that a light little blast to dry it off slightly, so then I can come and use it, and then I can mat and layer it all together. There we go.
The nice thing is with those, it's nice and quiet, isn't it?
It is.
Our heat tool.
Yeah, all of our tools seems to be getting quieter. The heat tool, the G2,
Yeah, absolutely.
which is nice. So
Yeah,
let's
I do love that.
dry that out. If you can leave it to dry at room temperature, then it will dry relatively flat. If you do it with your heat tool, you'll see there it tends to bend and buckle a little bit. If that's the case, flip it over like I've done now to kind of flatten it out. But there is our background, which I'm thinking, even if you start to team it with Sheena's Bella Luna collection or her butterfly ones that she's just launched. But let's come along and then let's start to layer these ones up here. So let's overlay this piece onto that bright pink. And let's pop that one into there. Now remember, this one will be bigger. The layer will be bigger because that's going to pop over the top there. So we've gone from our faux bleaching kind of stippled effect to then, of course, our letterpress effect. And what we're going to do is we're just going to layer this up with foam pads. And then
I love the colours you've used on this.
The really nice colours.
Yeah, really pretty colours.
Couple of years now I've been really into the pastel tones, and there's no signs of me getting fed up with the pastel tones. And I think that's just why I like these colours together. They work so, so well. And then all that I need to do is if I take these ones off, and at this point what you could do, acetate to the back to then turn it into a shaker card if you want to. You've got all those different kind of ways in which you can use them. So before I then take that foam off and pop it onto there, let's start to build our card here. So I've already got my tape prepared onto this layer. So as I said earlier on within master class, you will find that, you know, when I've had that little bit of luxury time at home to fully prep demos, because you'll see me use my double-sided tape. It's always been my go-to, but of course you can use our tape runners. Let's pop that one into the front of my little stepper here at the front. We're then going to section that off by framing it into here. And we're building colour on colour. I'm going to take my Best Wishes sentiment. What we can do within that one is if I take that one off, that one's then just going to sit into here. I'm going to tuck it just underneath, so it's going to be like a little tag. So we see the layer around. We don't see the pink layer to the left-hand side because it's like a little tag that we can see here. And then to finish off, just a little strip that we can see at the front of our stepper, like so. And then just doing a bow here. Let's take our bow. I'm going to use our tape runner into the middle, add that on, a lilac bow because then it complements that soft heather. Twist like so, press it in, and then there is our stepper that we can see just here that you've got there. Now that doesn't necessarily have to be a stepper card, it could be a 4x6 card if you want to, but it's bringing in different levels and different techniques with the duet ink pads and the folders and the backdrop, creating that framed card.
Oh, Craig, that is such a pretty card. How beautiful is that? If you want to be creating just like our Craig, these are the folders you need. The one Craig uses in here, but we've got our Baroque frame there from our vintage rose. We've also got that gorgeous, I mean, that is absolutely beautiful, the Follow Your Dreams from the Bohemian collection that comes with a stencil as well. We've also got that vintage parasol, another beautiful design. We've got our opulent cheer, just a gorgeous, I said cheer, opulent grace, absolutely gorgeous design. Then we've got custom embossed folders as well in there. That's the one that Craig was just using, so you can be replicating that one. We've got our timeless roses from our vintage rose collection. We've also got our Tupperlin teacups from the garden party, and then the last one in that collection is the opulent oval ones, and I love that one because it actually comes with a set of nesting dies. You're getting all of those for today's platinum price of £24 or $32, which is incredible value. Mary Beth is saying, oh, she was saying about good tip with putting the sentiments and the glitter paste on. Pat is saying, thank you, Craig, for answering my question about the stencils and the glitter glue. I have to look for for the spray glue. I believe my daughter actually found some in Walmart. Oh, that's good to know.
Good.
Yeah, I know we don't ship ours out, and I know HSN did it at one stage. I'm not sure if they've got any left. Pat is also saying I would use a picture inside that frame. Yeah, that's a great idea as well. I think it would be a beautiful gift, and I think that would be beautiful and make a lovely gift. Leslie is saying, I have always liked the idea of scrapbooking and would like to start, but I have no idea where to start. Any advice or ideas on where to start would be appreciated. Craig, do you have any ideas on that?
First and foremost, what I will do is, I'll give you my advice here, but what I would say is please go and check out Debbie Robinson's social pages, because she's incredible with her scrapbook pages. She loves her scrapbook pages, and she does fab ones. But what I would say to start with, keep it simple. Really, really do keep it simple. Maybe a good layout is a photo in the middle. Do a little bit of blurb, as in writing. If you can, I know not everyone likes their own handwriting. Please, please, please do try and use your own handwriting, even if you don't like it, because you have to think of the generations down the line. You know, the generations, the second, the third, the fourth. They want to see what your handwriting it is. And just keep it simple when it comes to like a diagonal. Photo in the middle, a little bit of written in one corner, maybe an embellishment or a die cut in the other corner, and then keeping it simple like that.
Yeah, I love that idea. Scrapbooking was something I started with before paper crafting. It was because of the photos. So my biggest advice is to get your photos and theme it around whatever that is. And I love Craig's idea of handwriting, because he's right. Generations, future generations. I would love to have something now that had my nan or great nan's handwriting on there. It is those generations that you're passing them down to. And keep it simple. And also, we've got Pinterest, YouTube, we've got Crafters Companion, like Craig said, Debbie Robinson. Lots of people share page layouts for scrapbooking pages, which is incredible. The first template library as well, I think, had some scrapbook layouts in there as well. So yeah, there's lots of different ways you can do. So hopefully that helped. Right, we do have some Duet ink pads on the show as well. And if you want to go for them today, we've got a really good deal where you're saving £21.88 or $32.40. You're getting them for platinum price of £40 or $60. And look at all those fabulous colours. You're getting 12 colours in total from our Duet ink pads. They're the ones that Craig has just used, and they are absolutely fabulous. When you look at what all our ink pads can do, these as individuals, these ink pads do everything as a whole. So you can literally heat emboss with these, do your water reactives with them, blends with them, lots of different things to be able to be done with those ones. Also, if you're in the need for some low-tack tape, we do have a 2-pack for you at a great price. You're also making a saving of 20%. We say a 2-pack, but you're actually getting 6 in total, 3 low-tack tapes in each. I believe we're probably the only person that does a dispenser with our low-tack tape, which is remarkable considering how much tape you get on each one. So make sure you grab that if you are running low. $7.98 today or $11.12. One other item, and unfortunately it is UK based only, but we do have our stick and spray, $7.99 today in the UK. We do have a platinum price of £6.39. Make sure you grab that if you're in the UK, because it is fabulous for all your sort of stencils, but it's also fabulous if you just don't want something to be permanently stuck and you just want to hold it in place at the time, because it is a really great one to have, and a great spray glue. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have it to send out to the US, but as someone just said, they might do a spray glue in Walmart. We've also got a 3 for 2 deal on our sprays as well, so make sure you head off to the website and find all those out. I think we're all up to date. Just check on my phone of all our comments. Let's just go. Just Jen saying beautiful card, and hopefully Leslie, we really helped with all those extra bits. Remember also to head over to the website, because you do have the outlet sale, and you will also have that Black Friday deal, which unfortunately ends at 12 o'clock midnight. If you are just joining us, we've got an amazing show going on. It is our Colour Me Happy. The Colour Me Happy is all about really the glitter paste, embossing folders, stencils. It's all about colouring that with a colouring medium rather than actually with your pens or your paints. And I love the glitter paste. The glitter paste themselves come in a 3-piece pack. So let's take a look at those. Lots of different colours that we're getting here. The first one we're going to be looking at is the rose gold. Let me just pop my glasses on so I can read each one out to you. So our rose gold, beautiful, lovely colour. Look at that. I mean, they really are spectacular colours and also just amazing to work with. We've got our poinsettia. We've also got our peony bloom. We've then got our jade river. We've got our copper beech. And then we have our silver bells, our fairy lights. I love that we're getting all these different golds. You're getting your candlelight gold. You're then getting your holly and ivy, so that beautiful pop of green. Just move that in the light so you can see that a bit better. Lovely deep green. We're then getting our regal purple. You're then getting your Ice Dance and Silver Moon. And then the last one in that collection is your Starlight Blue. So beautiful colours in those. You can grab all of those today for an unbelievable price of £52 platinum price or £64. Now, if you are going for these ones, you know if we do a showstopper, we normally pop in a bonus buy. So if you're going for the showstopper, don't check out yet. Pop that in your basket and then pop these in your basket. This is our bonus buy. You've got our mat. So this mat is our mixed media mat. It's incredible in its design. In fact, let's show you exactly what you're getting because this mat is very, very tough. It's a tough mat which does so much for you. So literally you can put all your paints, mix your paints here. You've got your palettes along the top. It grips so nothing's going to fall off your mat. Great if you're on a lap train, you just want to mix some colours while you're watching TV, and when you pop it down it actually doesn't move. It's actually, I'm pushing that and you see, pushing right my weight onto there and it's not moving, so it grips onto whatever you put it onto. So I love that. So it's a great mixed media mat. You're also getting your spatulas and you are getting your knives as well. So these ones are your palette knives. You're getting 3 pieces in each. Your spatulas, you're getting 2 different sizes, so you're getting 2 of the small and 2 of the big ones, so they're great to use in those silicone, and you're then getting those palette knives. So it's definitely an absolute must to have that mat, your palette knives and your spatulas, dropping everything, but get them half price. But if you do just want to purchase them today, they're £24 or $30.40. Right, we're going to head straight back over to Craig and get another demo in. Craig, what have you got for us?
Well, we're going to have another look at the stencils and the glitter paste. This time we're going to use the Christmas ones, and we're going to do it onto some acetate. And we're going to use the snowflake, and we're going to use the actual fairy lights as well. So I've got my heavyweight acetate here, and I've already cut this to 6 by 6. I'm going to go in with the graceful snowflakes. This is still a bit tacky as well from the last time it had been used. So we can just, well, you can just see it, the acetate is there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that straight over the top, and I'm going to tack that down. So let's press that into place, and then let's go into our Fairy Lights glitter paste here. So I'm hoping that we've got enough here. I'm going to go in with my spatula once again, and then let's take our, God, I mean, look at that gold. Absolutely phenomenal, phenomenal. And then we're just going to smear over our actual stencil. So we're going to go into all of these nooks and crannies of our stencil. We're going to add some more here, and we're just going to add it, and then we're going to spread it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to then get to the bottom, and then once we are at, of course, that final part of our acetate, we're just going to make sure that we're nicely coated. Take any excess, because we don't want to waste any of that excess. And we're just going to then scrape that and decant that back into place just here. We're going to close it for now, but we're ready to use it again in a moment or two. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to come into the corner, and then we're just going to peel up, and then we're going to go into one end, and we're just going to peel that away.
Oh, I love it on acetate. That looks
Look
beautiful.
At that. Isn't it beautiful, Debbie? So if I bring in a bit of black.
Oh, so nice.
How fab is that? Absolutely phenomenal. I keep using phenomenal a lot when it comes to these, but it really, really is the case. I'm just quickly going. James has brought in a little bath for us. Not for us, Debbie. We're not going to go into the bath together.
You can have a bath, are you, Craig?
I wouldn't say no to that, but we're not going to. Not today. Not today. Just a little water bath for me to put the stencil in for us to clean afterwards. Oh, hope Al's not watching. And then another piece. This is just our white multi-purpose cardstock, and this is our, as I like to call it, our kind of topper stencil that we've got here, our main focus. If I take that one off and bring in, remember with each of these, as you were showing, Debbie, you've got your larger stencil that I used, you've got your border and your banner strip, and then you've got your topper stencil as well. So let's take that one, still tacky from when it was used before. So we're just going to pop that over the top. We're going to come in again, I'm just going to use the same colour for each of these ones. And then we're going to come along and then we're just going to take some of that out. We're just then going to go in and we're just going to spread that out over our snowflake, scraping off the excess. When it comes to the actual spatulas, we do get 3 different sizes or shapes. So we've got that one there, that's the one that I like to use quite a lot. We've also then got, we've got our pointy one that we can see just here, that's also at an angle. That one's more of your rounded at an angle, or you have your straight edge one that you can see there. That one's always the one that I like to use. I just find it's more of a, when I say comfort, I don't mean comfort in the way that I hold it, I mean just the way that I actually apply it, because we've got that angle, and then I've got that same width at the top, minus that little curve. So that's why
you can get the most on that one as well, can't you,
Yes, you can, can't you? Yeah, 100%, 100%. So we're just going to close that. I'm going to then just take another wipe for this one, just to make sure that that doesn't dry out until I clean that. And then once again, we're just going to come along and we're just going to carefully peel that off. I mean, look at that.
So nice.
Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. And that's just white cardstock. White cardstock. So we've got white cardstock and then we've got our acetate. Now, can you imagine that on things like vellum as well, or any of your fabrics or that? Because you can absolutely do that when it comes to
And it just makes everything look expensive then, doesn't it?
It does. It does. But you think, inexpensively, any heavyweight acetate, or do you know something, Debbie? Let's be honest. Even if you went for inexpensive acetate and then do that to it, no one's going to know, are they? No one's going to know. Get inexpensive acetate and then go over with our glitter paste, and of course you're going to get that most incredible effect. Now the only difference is, of course, let that dry. So as I said before, what I would do, or what I would recommend to actually craft with it, maybe leave it about 40 minutes, 45 minutes to actually be able to manipulate it and craft with it and make things with it. But where possible, anything that you need to dry, I would leave overnight for you to then post. So therefore, what I would do is leave for about 45 minutes or so, and then I would just come around and then I would just do some fussy cutting, because I love fussy cutting. If you don't, a circle nest and die or a shape nest and die, something like that, you can absolutely do afterwards. And then it's the case of building our card. So what I've done is, if I bring that one in here that's already dry, and then from when Becky's in, the multimedia uppercase alphabets, I've just gone in and I've gone in with the J and the Y, white card, white multi-purpose and black, and I've just done a drop shadow. The white I've gone round with our gold metallic pen. Yeah. So as you can probably gather, once you pop them together, we're going to get the word joy, which visually we can see that it's joy. Great song, great Christmas song. Can't quite get that high, but it's a good song.
I love that though, that looks really cool.
It works well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's just,
really nice.
It's a snowflake, but by putting the J and the Y, visually you can see that it says joy, and it's that little play when it comes to words or Christmas words. So I'm going to set that one out the way, and for this one I've gone in with a card blank. Now I have made this a bit bigger than 6 by 6. It's actually 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. I used my 7 by 7 card blanks and trimmed off 3/4 of an inch. Then what I've also done is I've come along in with my 6x6 matte and layer dies and just created that aperture. The one that I actually use, I usually write it down, but I didn't. The 5-inch. So that's your 5-inch aperture that I've used when it comes to that inner frame. And then I'm going to come along, and this is the one that was done the other day, and I've let that dry. So it's all dry, ready to go. What I'm then going to do is I've taken a piece of black card, 6x6, and I used that same 5x5 matte and layer die to create that framed aperture, which as we can see here, that's then going to go over the top,
stunning.
and it's going to neaten those edges. And I say neaten them, I'm going to trim it just a little bit more, and I'm purposely going to use my paper trimmer. I'm going to cut it to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, but I'm purposely using my paper trimmer so that if you have got a paper trimmer or you've got it, you don't have a guillotine. Our paper trimmer, our blades, that incredibly sharp that they'll go through your acetate and your glitter card. I'm going to be honest with you, Debbie, it will blunt it a lot quicker than just going through your cardstock because that's a coarse glitter. So, you know, I am letting you know that, but it's just to let you see, if you've only got our paper trimmer, you can still cut all your different materials like
that's
that.
Brilliant. And of course you can buy replacement blades.
Yeah, and then that's I think you get to with the paper trimmer set anyway,
With
don't
the deal,
we?
yes.
So you've got more for you. But it's always nice to know, because sometimes you can maybe only go for a trimmer to start with and then work up to a guillotine. But by trimming that ever so slightly, that just means when I stick that on, we're not going to see the outer edge. So for this, I'm going to use my red liner tape, and I'm just going to go in with my 6-inch one. And this side here, this is the side that I've done the glitter paste on. So I'm going to turn it over onto the smooth side. And I would check out the website. If you didn't see Debbie and myself yesterday, check out the website, because we've got that red liner bundle that Debbie was showing you. But we're just going to work our way around, all the way around with my red liner. You can absolutely use your tape runners if you want to, but with anything like this with substance, I still just like to use my red liner tape because it's still the strongest that you can get. And then we're just going to peel that off. So we're just going to get to underneath it. We're going to get into the corner of each one. We're going to then pull that off. That can then go over the top. And the reason that I'm going to go over the top like that is because that's going to hide the workings. If I do it this way, Debbie, now I'm not going to press because obviously I've got the backing off, but if I were to do it the other way round, you're going to see the workings on the opposite side. So it's just about keeping it neat. So we're going to pop that in, press that in, hold that in. I've got my foam on a roll all the way around here. Don't.
Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey, you said it. Well done, Craig. You didn't sing it though.
In my head I was.
In my head I was going, he was going to get away with that.
Don't forget Craig, you love Debbie. Don't forget Craig, you love Debbie. You love her, you love her. Don't go there, don't go there. Here we go, taking that off. So yes, your foam on a roll or your foam strips, anything like that. And because our square matte and layer, I've used the same one, I've used the 5-inch one, it means we're going to frame it beautifully and perfectly into the middle there. And of course, you could keep this framework flat, but I purposely want depth and dimension because I'm going to do the same again when it comes to all of these. And we're going to take these ones. Let's take our foam pads once again. I'm going to go in with the bundle, the smaller bundle where we get the 7mm by 7mm foam pads. I love these ones. They're not quite as small as the traditional 5mm by 5mm, but they just create that little bit more stability because they're a little bit bigger. So let's pop them ones on, and it also means you don't have to cut any down. Pop that one on into there, and then I'm going to do the same. Let's just take the larger ones. Take these ones. The only thing that I would do, and that is cut another J and a Y, and for this one I would maybe even just draw around on another piece of white card and fussy cut that out, and then I would back it onto the back because we're going to see the foam pads.
Right, yeah.
I'll let you do that at home, but what we can do is we can then just start to build that up. So we're just going to have a look, see how we like it. So the J and the Y, we can just sit into place
so
just
nice.
here. So I'm visually going to get that as to where I want it first. I want to make sure my snowflake is in the middle. Let's bring that one in. Let's put it off to the side so it's more pleasing on the eye. So I'm happy with that one. So let's take these ones off, and then I'm going to pop that one into place there. We're going to take these off with the back of the J, and that one can then go to the side just there, and then let's do the same with the Y. And what I will do is I'll turn it over just so that you can see what I mean about seeing the foam pads, that there is ways that you can disguise it. Let's pop that one into there, just under the edge. So if I turn that around, you can see you've got the foam pads. So simply, in actual fact, you wouldn't even need to fussy cut, Debbie, even just a circle nesting die that's just a little bit smaller. Do the Y, do the J, pop that onto the back. That's going to disguise the adhesive working. But there we go.
That is so lovely.
Onto the acetate and onto your cardstock, giving you your, well, it's 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. And of course you could do it larger if you want to, and that's just with the snowflake. And that's just with the gold. Can you imagine what that would be looking like with the blue or the rose gold or the green? It's entirely up to you. But then a lovely little 6 by 6 card.
Oh, that is absolutely stunning. If you want to get creative like our Craig and create a card like that, I love these on acetate. They just make everything look spectacular. You can go for the stencils today, but if you want to go for those glitters, we've got them in all these beautiful colours. So our Starlight Blue is the first one that we've got there. Let me move those out the way so you can see. Then we've got our beautiful Rose Gold. Then our Peony Bloom, our Poinsettia, our Silver Bells,
Silver Bells,
Candlelight Gold, Jade River, Silver Moon. Should I just sing them all?
Yeah, we should do.
Ice Dance, a Regal Purple, Holly and the Ivy.
Holly and the Ivy.
With the fairy lights, and then a copper beach, and that is your collection.
That's a hit. That is a hit.
I just adore these glitter pastes, and I know you're absolutely loving them. Rhonda's singing Foam on a Roll. Hey, yes, we love it. But it's really nice to hear all your comments. Now, we're going to have a very quick break, but we will be straight back after this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club, and start rewarding yourself today.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family. Welcome back to Crafters TV. Lovely comments about your card, Craig. Marnie is saying that card is so beautiful. She absolutely loves it. Stephanie is saying beautiful card, Craig. Carletta is saying lovely card, Craig. Stephanie is saying hello again. Debbie Craig, CTV team and social superstar and friends. Hello, Stephanie. And Gwen is saying, Craig, would hot glue show behind the letters instead of using foam pads?
That's a good point. It will show slightly. Because you've got that little bit translucence to it. So it will show slightly, not quite as proud as a foam pad or that would work. So yeah, you could give that a shot. That would work.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. I think try what you like to use. You definitely won't see it as much as perhaps a foam pad, so but hiding it wouldn't be too difficult, would it? Right, we're going to have a look at these stencils that Craig has been using because they are absolutely stunning. I love them when they come out. We had to reorder them in because they all sold out, as well as the glitter paste. So you know our stencils are amazing. What's great about these ones is they give a really large stencil in each, which is your 8x8 stencil. You get a border stencil and you get a topper stencil as well, which is incredible value. So you're getting all of these today that I'm showing you for an amazing price of £30 or $40. That's your delightful butterflies. You've got your Art Deco. That is a gorgeous one. This stencil I use all the time. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. Really good with your Mermaid Dreams collection as well, because it's got those sort of almost shell-like designs. We've then got our peacock feathers, another gorgeous one. Again, using the peacock feather to create that topper, your border and that beautiful background. We've got our spots and dots as well. Lots of different ways I think you can use that one, so that's a really generic one. We've also got the love hearts, and the one that's missing in that collection is our swirls and flourishes, so you will get an additional one there. You're getting 18 stencils in total, and your platinum price is £18.40 or $23.20. So that's an absolutely amazing deal on those stencils. Now your embossing folders, these are proving very popular. We've got an amazing design of embossing folders, cut embossed folders, 3D and 2D. This one is you're right over there, Craig, making strange noises.
Would you believe me if I said it was the paper trimmer?
I would believe you, Craig. That did sound rather terrible. You've got your opulent oval there where you're getting your nesting dies as well as that embossing folder. We've then got our toppling teacups, your timeless roses, which is from the Vintage Rose collection. We've then got that gorgeous peony. That one is your peony blooms, which again is your cut and emboss folder, and that was the one that Craig showed that letterpress technique with, which is amazing. We've also got our opulent grace, another beautiful design, and then our 3D vintage parasols, so a great one to use there. We've also got Follow Your Dreams, which is your dream catcher. Love that one, absolutely gorgeous. You're getting your stencil in with that as well. And then you've got your Baroque frame, again, another one from the Vintage Grace. Amazing price today and value for all 8 folders. You're getting them for platinum price of £24 or $32. Right, Craig, what next have you got to show us?
Right, for this one now, I think really the remainder of the show, we're just going to do a few like technique-y things here. So for this one, we're going to do a little bit what's called a grouting technique, grouting effect when it comes to your folders and also your glitter paste. Just to say, this is a very, very rustic style. This is not a neat style. This is kind of like your shabby chic, kind of rustic effect when it comes to layering up your card or your project. So let's show you it, and then you can have a play with yourself at home with the actual folders that you choose to use. I'm going to go in from the set that Debbie was showing you there. We're going to go in with the Vintage Rose collection. You know by now the stamp version that comes from this is now my absolute all-time favourite stamp, and the folder is absolutely beautiful as well. So for this, I'm going to go in with our white multi-purpose, also keeping it simple, but you can still do this with a variety of different mediums as well. What we're going to do is we're going to close it. It's 3D, this one, and I'm going to go in. And the reason I like to use the 3D one is because there's a lot of deboss depth, so therefore you can really get in with the grouting effect. And because it's 3D, I'm going to go in with my base cut and plate, and then I'm going to go in with my magnetic and then my top plate. So we're going to run that one through. So we're just going to feed that through into my Gemini, and then let's just see, have I pulled out a plug? I think I have. Let's bring that in. Yes, we have. Right, we're good to go now. We're just going to run that one through here. We've got both, just letting you know, both me and Debbie have got plugs going when it comes to heaters here. We've got the studio heater. We only had one yesterday, so today I brought mine in, didn't I? So we've got our plugs going, keeping us warm.
I'm very grateful.
Because, yes, it's not just in the studio, but outside. It's very, very cold today, so last night, I had to scrape my car when I left last night, the studio.
Yes, I know, me too.
So yeah, come prepared, come prepared.
I didn't feel like it was that cold last year.
Not at this point last year, no, not at back end of November, no. Now that Debbie, that is the emboss side. So that is, there's no right or wrong way, but when it comes to a folder, we would tend to class this as kind of what the folders were designed for, to get the embossed detail standing out. So it looks fab, looks beautiful, great, giving you that kind of white work effect. But what I actually want is I want the deboss side, because I'm going to, this is where we say grouting into the actual detail. Now, if you want to do a little bit of your low tack tape, you can do. I've just got like a craft stencil tape that I'm just going to hold at the top. I'm just going to hold it and tape it at the top. As I say, our low tack tape you can absolutely use. Just don't press too hard because you don't want to take any of the fibres off. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that at a position that's easy for me to start to scrape in with the glitter paste. Using my favourite one that I've got here, and then we're going to go in with the Jade River here. The actual pots that Debbie's been showing you, the actual glitter paste, the only difference is the actual, well, tub and the colours. What's inside is exactly the same medium. It's just one's come from our Spectrum Noir range, and obviously one's come from our Crafter's Companion Christmas range. So it's exactly the same manufacturer, same everything, same content. It's just the colour that's different. So you know that you'll still be able to use them on all different mediums and materials. We're going to take that one off. The jade, you guys know by now, mints, teals, duck egg blues, they're all my favourite tones. So that's why I'm going to go in with this one. And in actual fact, I think we'll be all right. I think we're getting a little bit thick there. I think the air's been getting into this one. I think we should be, let's see if I can, yeah, we should be okay. Let me just spread a little bit out, just making sure that it's not too gloopy. Yeah, we're fine. We're all good, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that excess off for the time being. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go in. We're going to go in flat, but what we're going to do is we're going to scrape into the deboss detail of our folder design.
That is so cool.
It's really, really cool. And this is what I mean, it is rustic. If you're someone that likes neat, you don't like any inky or glittery edges, I would say give it a try, but maybe this is not going to be kind of the technique that is going to be a pleasing to yourself. However, it is so much fun because it's been able to take your embossing folders, use them in a completely different way. We show inking, we show spritzing, but now what about going into our debossed areas of our folders? scrape off, keeping it semi-flat, and then just taking off. So what I am at this point, Debbie, is I am pretty much keeping that flat against my card, as well as the glitter paste, and I'm pulling down. If you want to go in and infill little sections, scrape any excess off, you can do. But we're just going to go in any residual bits on the outer edge. The main thing that you're wanting to do is infill the detail. Infill, and then although it would work really well with a 2D embossing folder, because we've got the 3D depth, where you've got multiple layers and levels, we're just going to take that excess off into here. And then if I start to then tilt that, I'm going to, there we go, we can just see it.
I love that. And do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of that scratch art. You know, you used to do the scratch art. It's almost that sort of thing, which is great. It really does remind me of that. It's just a beautiful way of doing a completely different background. And like you say, it's a little bit rustic. I just love it. I think it's got a very textured look.
Yes, it does. It's giving you that textured look. It's giving you that textile or textured, tactile feel.
Yes.
That's more what I'm trying to say within
nice.
that one there. I'm just teaming that. Now, again, it's not going to be a finished cut as such. I'm just wanting to give you ideas. I mean, if you were to go across just here, Debbie, with your actual strip, it could be a sentiment strip, a sentiment stamp, something like that. Let's take another piece of that same card that I've used also from the Brights. That was ½ an inch in height. So if I then take another piece here, did I say there? I've lost what I've said there. 1.5. So let's say 1 and 3. Where am I? Here we go. So we've got the 1 inch into here. So I'm going to cut that. There we go. He says, let's line that up properly, Craig, there you go. Into there, 1 3/4. Move that out the way for now. And then let's take that one back into there. If I pop that there with our little strip, and then you can just have a little sentiment, maybe a few little embellishments in there. You can maybe scrape just a little bit that excess out from the corners there, but it's just giving you that kind of rustic feel, that natural rustic feel, that grouted effect. What I would say though is your screen isn't doing the depth justice.
Yeah.
I would give it a shot at home, and you can see from when you're looking at it visually straight on, you've got all of the debossed areas, you're picking that up, we're getting that shimmer from the glitter,
so nice.
You're kind of getting that idea, but just a very basic layout. A technique is as to how you can use, of course, your actual glitter paste by doing that kind of effect there that we've just done. Maybe you want to go around with a little bit of ink or the edge crimpler, just creating even more of that rustic feel, but it really is, it's a fun creative technique to do when it comes to the folders and the glitter pastes.
Yeah, I love that. Thanks for showing that, Craig. It is a completely different look and a really cool design to do. So if you love that sort of thing, have a play. If you like messy play, you're going to really love that, which is amazing. Stephanie saying, breaking news, my 7-year-old grandson Cole and his team have just won the ice hockey tournament. Well done.
Well done.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been in it since Friday at Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. He's the goalie. A final score is 9-2 and he had 23 saves. Oh. Wow. Grandma very impressed. Yes, Stephanie, you must be a very impressed granny. It's great, isn't it, when the grandkids and the kids do something. Thanks for letting us know. That's really nice that you can share. This is what I love about our community, because it means that you can share everything with us throughout our live shows, because we are fully interactive. So make sure you get any questions in, and anything you think of that you want to ask our Craig while he's here, then make sure you get them in. We're literally in the last half hour of the show, so make sure you grab those glitters. Now the glitter pastes themselves come in these 50ml tubs. You're getting all the colours that you can see here. They are absolutely stunning, and they go a long way. When you think about 50ml in a tub and how much you can put through your stencils, they are quite incredible. incredible. I love that Craig's just showed us the embossing folder technique with the grouting, but you can also paint with these, you can go over things. Craig's also used them on the sentiments. So many different ways that we can use these glitter pastes, which are absolutely amazing. Now, if you want these today, we've got a 13-piece collection and you're getting them all for a platinum price of £52 or $64. Shall we just recap on those stencils, because I know these are proving very popular. Love these. There's so many different designs that you're getting them with them. It's the Love Hearts one, which you can see is that really big love heart background. Craig did his first demo at the top of the first hour, so if you want to go back and have a look at that, make sure you go and see, because that card was beautiful. You're also getting your spots and dots, another beautiful design. Then your peacock feathers, one of my favourites. I absolutely love that one. You're then getting your Art Deco, and also your beautiful, or delightful, I think, yes, delightful butterflies. And the other one that we've got in that collection is your swirls and your flourishes, which we don't have the board for, but you can grab those all today for platinum price of £18.40 or $23.20. Now, the other thing that we do have on the show are the Duet ink pads. These are our latest ink pads. I say latest ink pads, actually the shimmer gold ones were, but before that, these are our new ones to do with our everyday technique ones. So when you think about our water reactive, our quick dry and our pigment, these do it all. So if you're in the market for some ink pads, £50 or $75 is incredible value for a 12-piece ink pad set of our duets. They're oxidized, so they're going to react really well with water, with heat, mixing really well, lots of different colors, and we do have different colors to what we have in our normal ink pad collections. So it is that first sort of range that we've brought out with different colours. And I know our Craig, his favourite colour in that is that raspberry ripple, which is the most amazing candy floss pink. It's absolutely beautiful. But we're going to head over to Craig because he's got some bits that he wants to show us next. Craig, what have you got for us?
Well, we're going to do a little bit of colouring with the Duet ink pads, and we're going to go with the tumbling teacups, but also very quickly, before we go into that, we're going to do, just quickly, with that embossing folder where you get those little nesting dies, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how, sometimes what we do, when we emboss, we go over with our blending tool and we're going to go over the top. What I like to do as well sometimes by keeping flat is emboss the detail and go straight over the top. That's what we're going to do. It'll literally take a moment or two, but I thought let's do that before we go into our next demo that we're going to do with the tumbling teacups. Although the actual finished example that I've done, it is using a Christmas folder. We did have a bundle of Christmas embossing folders, and before we came in this morning you guys had already sold them out. So I'm going to do a little bit of adaptation and use one of our everyday ones, which is our tumbling teacups, but you'll get the gist of the technique. So I'm going to go in with our cardstock, white multi-purpose for this one again because it's more of a technique base to show you, and I've just cut it just shy of 4x6, so it's 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, and then we're just going to close it. Although this has got the die in the middle as well, remember it's still a 2D embossing folder, so just think of it and treat it as a 2D embossing folder. So we've got our base cutting plate, we've got our top plate, and even although we've got the die in there, I do still like to add in my metal shim when it comes to the actual depth of the folder. Just enhances it just that little bit more. There's not that much extra pressure that's going to affect or damage the die that's inside. It's more about just that embossed detail all the way round. So if we take that one out, and then we're just going to take this one. So following on to what I showed you a moment ago with that grouting, this is similar in the fact of it can be quite a rustic effect, a rustic feel, which I really, really do enjoy. So tell you what, let's do a little bit half and half. Let's bring in a blending tool and let's do the rosy apple. So you can go in, ink up, get it, you know, as flat as you possibly can, because sometimes it can curl ever so slightly with the pressure. So we're just going to give that a little bit of manipulation just to keep it as flat as we possibly can. And then this is where you could come along and with your actual blending pad over the top, we're just going to keep it completely flat, and it's going to then pick out all of that detail from, of course, our embossing folder. So we can work that all the way around, and then we can then pick it up. You might want to use your little finger daubers for the little fine detail, which is up to yourself, or maybe the little round one, but I do love the square, which is technically a rectangle of the blending tools. So you can do it this way by blending over the top with your blending tool, or what you can do, again keeping it as flat as you possibly can. The other option to get a lot of depth, I'm just going to add just that little bit more just to show you how you can build up that depth. Even though it's a rosy apple, how striking is that red? Actually, it would work well as a Christmas red as well.
Very
I tilt
nice.
it that way. So there is one side, but what I was referring to a moment ago is what you can do is you can go direct over the top. So we can just keep it as flat as we can, and then in circular motions, we're just going to work our way around, and that's going to pick up the detail from the emboss. And because you're going contact to contact from the actual ink pad to your card stock, it's going to be that little bit more intense, that little bit more stronger.
You can really see that.
And you can see it side by side. So if we go in there, good things with the duet as well. If you did want to keep it flat still, but go in with the finer tip, then of course you can do that. We're just going to work our way around it. You can see here, work that in. And it still doesn't mean that you can't come afterwards with your actual blending tool and finish it off if you want to. But then what we've got is we've got two ways to apply that direct ink, either with your blending tool or going direct in with the actual ink pad. If we do that, just add just that little bit more, make that a little bit stronger, and then you've got the different options that you can see within that one there. Do you know something actually, Debbie? I quite like the two tones together.
definitely.
Maybe a
It's
little
really
banner
cool.
sentiment or something running
So
through the
cool.
centre.
Yeah.
Or of course, you can do it that way if you want. And then let's not forget as well, you do get your nest and dies as well to build around the actual centre. So that is just, you know, another little technique that you can see when it comes to applying the actual ink. So we've showed you, of course, that letterpress earlier on, which is one way, but maybe you don't really want that water-based technique feel or look, then just go direct, either with a blending pad or, of course, direct with the ink pad. So that's one way.
And Craig, if you was to use gilding wax on top of that, would that? Oh, I was thinking it wouldn't interfere with the colour.
Let's have a look. What are you thinking? Gold, silver, or Renaissance copper?
Gold.
Gold.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Gold and
Because what will happen straight away, of course, is you'll get that coat and that coverage of the gold on the very top layer. But where you've got some of the red within the nooks and crannies, that's still going to show. So I'm just going to dab and take some of that excess off here. So let's go into here. And then I'm going to, visually with my eyes, I can already see how smart this looks. So I'll just do a little bit and then tilt it to the screen for you to see.
You can see already how intensified that is.
So if I do that little bit there where we went direct with the ink pad, this time let's go into this part here where I blended with, of course, the blending tool. So let's come into here. So we're still being able to see that rosy red come through. And in actual fact, Debbie, once I tilt it, it is more of a red gold. It working really well. You're still seeing that red.
Oh, that's beautiful.
How beautiful
In fact,
is that?
I hate to say it's almost turned the duet ink pad into the gold shimmer ink pads.
Yes, you are absolutely spot on there.
That's exactly
yeah.
what it looks like, doesn't
That's
it?
exactly what it looks like. So again, let's do that. We'll just do a little bit more within that half and half there. So this half, again, remember, we blended with our blending tool. And then this bottom half, what we've done is we came in and we went direct with our actual ink pad. So let's blend it out. Let's just do a little bit on that inner section just there. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, that is stunning.
Isn't that stunning? So if we do that against even just the white, and that was the, I want to say the King Gold. Yes, it was. But then even against our black, oh, nice.
Oh, yes, very nice.
Very, very nice. So even through that shimmer of that gold of the actual Perio gilding wax, you're still seeing that light tone of the red just popping all the way through.
It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
There's another one that's going to add to my pile at home to do something with that one. So yeah, and then that's the thing, as you said earlier on about masterclasses here, we get to well, I know technically it's a Colour Me Happy / masterclass. We get to have a play, and that's what you want to do at home. That's where you're going to have lots of fun as well when it comes to being at home and playing and thinking.
And actually, the Colour Me Happy is a masterclass.
It is really, isn't it?
It's a masterclass on anything that your colouring
Yes.
medium is, isn't it?
Yeah, it really, really is. Really, really is. They work hand in hand really, really well together. So yeah, Colour Me Happy masterclass. And then this one, this is just a piece of watercolour card. Do you know what I'm thinking, Debbie? Before I do a little technique, shall I line up my 3 main demos and do a demo of the show?
Oh yes, love that idea. Yes, line them up. That will be amazing. We've got Tammy in saying that she's so happy to see us both together. So that's really nice, Tammy.
That is nice.
Tammy, thank you. We love working together, so it's always good. And Jen is saying, oh, the grouting effect would look really cool on acetate with a collage effect in the background. Yes, love that. Stephanie saying she loves that idea, Craig. Marianne saying great effect. Stephanie says, Debbie, your masterclass was so informative yesterday. I didn't get to finish watching your plan but I didn't get to finish you watching, but I plan to save for future references. It was just what I needed. Yeah, that's what masterclasses are for, aren't they? They're just one of those things. We all love a masterclass, actually, don't we? I don't think any of us don't. It's probably one of our favourite shows because it's really good that we can go in depth and show our takes on things, because it doesn't matter whether I do the same masterclass as what Craig did today, we show our different takes on it. We all have that different way of looking at it. So I'm really glad that you get something out of them. So thank you very much for that comment. That's lovely. Right, Craig, put a number to those.
Just a way to say as well, so many of them tie together, Debbie, because what you were showing and explaining, demoing with the ink pads and that yesterday, you know, okay, maybe you've not got the duet, but you can do what I've been doing by following along with what you've done yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
And tie them all together.
Hand
so
in
yeah.
hand.
Rightio, let's do, so we've got the 3 main ones that we've done. We actually done the demo, so we can see that we've got number 1 here with the Love Hearts, which was the glitter paste and of course the stencil. Number 2, we done our embossing folder bundle with the duet, and then we went back to number 3 there, which was with our glitter paste stencil again, but we've done it on the acetate. So number 1, number 2, or number 3. That's the 3 main ones to choose from.
Oh, Craig, I think that's a real tough one today. I actually can't call it. I love, every time I looked at each one, I loved them all. So, yeah, the choice is yours, but I think it will be a close one. 1, 2 and 3 are all absolutely beautiful and great techniques that Craig showed us with. I do love that Joy one where he's used the snowflake in the centre. It just makes a bit of a unique card and clean and simple in a different way, but I absolutely love that. Right, Craig, what else you want to show us?
Rightio, so I'm going to go in. I've got a lineup of a few different colours. Now, the colours I've lined up, this is going with the basis of using this with the Christmas folder that I used, and we'll show you later on. But I've got watercolour card here, and the colours that I have picked from the duet: Vintage Merlot, Sailor's Wake, Spring Bud, Awakening Forest, and Sweet Clementine. And in that one, we've got it cut just a little bit shy of 5 by 7. We're going to go in with it being the 3D. We're going to go in with our magnetic and then our frosted shim. We're going to feed that one through into our Gemini. And then what we're going to do with the detail that we've got from the emboss of the folder, we're essentially going to act as a colouring line to colour in with. So instead of it being a stamped outline, then we're just going to follow the outline of the deboss or the emboss detail. So we've got our tumbling teacups, towering teacups that we can see just here. And I love 3D embossing folders, just white on white, Debbie. I think white on white, maybe a little bit of silver, works really, really well. And let's go straight in. Now, you can use your multimedia craft mat that Debbie was showing you, or of course you can go onto your glass mat, your actual brown craft mat, a tile, a Gemini plate, something like that. But we're just going to go down and lay some colours onto my glass mat here. And then you can use your water brush and water, or if you've got a paintbrush and water, or if you've got a water brush from one of the Spectrum Noir Academy of Colour, or of course that creative box that we were showing yesterday, that Sheena had on the other day, and you've got some water brushes in them, or at least one anyway. And then all that I'm going to do is I'm going to use these to actually paint and colour with. So we can start to pick up the detail, and because it is our watercolour card, being the perfect card to, of course, do our watercolour in. We're going to go into at least one area here. I'm going to take a little bit of that excess out, and then I'm going to start to blend that one further into the centre. So we're still getting that little bit of depth and shade. I'm going to turn it around to make it easier for myself, and I'm just envisioning myself using alcohol pens. And what I mean by that is I'm just going into the start where I would think it's darker. So we're just following the embossed detail as the line to follow. I'm going to take some of that excess colour off just so we can come along and start to blend that in. Meet them in at the centre. So then what we'll start to get is that roundness towards the base of the teacup. If you want to go in and just add a little bit more depth, you can do. If you're going to do that, I would maybe just leave it a moment or two just to let that base colour just kind of settle for you to then build up the depth. But we're just going to go in. I'm just going to take just a bit of kitchen roll, take that excess colour off so that we can then start to pull that in. And then you can also come along, and then we could do, now I had it a moment ago. What did I do with it? My rosy apple. What did you do with it, Craig? You had it. Here it is. Let's add a little bit of the rosy apple, and then we can add that into the colour, into the corner. So you're always able to build up that depth, build up that shade to work our way round. I'm just going to work my way around the base, take that excess just off on my kitchen roll. Once again, let's just blend that in, pulling it in, creating that roundness at the base of that teacup, getting that smooth flow, neaten it up, and then just getting that shape and that dimension, that roundness when it comes to the teacup. We can then, let's do that again, but to the tip of the teacup. So if I take a little bit more, and then I'm just going to work my way along that top part. And essentially what I'm going to do, section by section, I'm going to do exactly the same. We're just going to twist and turn, using the embossed detail as a guide to colour. Let's take some of that excess colour off and then start to blend that out. I'm going to go back in with a little bit more depth of the sweet clementine just into the corner there. And I'm going to do that again just into this corner here. And then if you want to, if you've got your clear sparkle overlay, you can use that to also colour in as well. And then you're going to get your duet ink pads with a beautiful sparkle. Let's go in with a little bit of that rosy apple. We're just going to pull that in, take that excess off once again. Of course, we've already got water in this chamber of the water brush, so we don't need to worry about applying more. But let's just start to blend that bit out. So we're starting to get more roundness, we're starting to get more shape when it comes to that base teacup. Let's try and do just a couple of little sections before we run out of time here. Let's go in with the Awakening Forest. Let's go into the actual teacup. Is it a teacup plate? Is it a plate for the teacup?
Saucer.
Saucer. There we go. You can tell that I don't really go out for afternoon tea or that.
My owl loves a cup and saucer.
Does he?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely loves it. He's a bit posh when he comes to tea. I bought him a little teapot that goes on top of your cup and saucer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like a one-person cup and saucer with a little teapot on top. So you have your tea and then you pour your tea out when it's brewed, because he likes a strong cuppa.
Oh, no, I don't. No, I'm not a strong cup of tea.
Are you a tea drinker at all, Craig?
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Don't you ever hear you say about coffee?
Oh, no, it's mostly tea that I drink.
Oh, okay.
I do have coffee, both black for my tea and, of course, for my coffee as well. But it is predominantly tea that I drink. But yeah, I don't like it overly strong. I have one tea bag for me, Debbie, will maybe do me about 2 or 3 cups.
Oh, blimey.
That's how weak that I like it.
I know, dash of milk for Al and he'll have it really, really strong. He'll even drink it with the tea bag left in. I haven't had a cup of tea for about 18 years.
Do you not like the taste, or do you not like the hot taste?
I used to smoke, Craig.
Debbie Fisher.
I know, terrible, isn't it? Yeah, I can't even believe
dark
I was
horse,
a smoker.
yeah.
And the reason I know the specific date is because my mum was a smoker. She gave up many years ago, but she ended up in hospital with pneumonia. And the doctor said to us that she wouldn't, and she was very, very poorly. And he said to me that if she hadn't been a smoker, she would have recovered much better. And I smoked as well, and I just didn't want my kids seeing me like that when I was older, and if there was something I could do about it now.
Yeah.
So it was a week after my niece was born, and my niece was born in September, and she at the end of the end of August, 30th of August, and I gave up a week later, and she had her 18th birthday this year. So that's how I know it's been 18 years since I smoked. And yeah, so and the cigarette I couldn't give up was the one in the morning with my cup of tea. So someone said to me, well, why don't you not have a cup of tea? And I thought, well, that makes sense. So I stopped having a cup of tea, and then my taste buds changed. I then went off tea because then I associated having a cup of tea with smoking. So that's why I don't drink tea anymore.
Wow, the things you learn, Debbie. I know you didn't drink tea or hot drinks, but yeah, right, that's smoking, eh? Gosh,
I mean, I know
years.
you've only done a small piece of that, but that looks incredible. You're keeping that light and shade in there.
Yeah,
it looks amazing.
And I get the original one I did. I know these ones did sell out, but by just following exactly the same, you can see here, just building up that shade when it comes to the trees, out that outer edge of your folder. All that you're doing, no matter what folder you use, Debbie, you're just going to go and you're just following the embossed outline as a way to colour inside.
Yeah, absolutely love that. Thank you for showing those techniques, Craig. It's always good to see all the different techniques that you can do with them. And with embossing, and embossing folders, they are one of the, I think, the underused things in the craft industry. We need to get them out more. We need to be embossing more because there is absolutely hundreds of techniques that you can be doing with them. This collection is an amazing collection. It has 8 pieces in here. They range from 2D embossing folders to 3D and cut and emboss folders. So you're getting your Baroque frame in that one, which is part of your Venetian Grace. You're also getting your absolutely beautiful Follow Your Dreams with that dream catcher and stencil from Bohemian. You're getting those toppling teacups. Oh no, it's not the teacup ones, it's the parasol, so the vintage parasol, another gorgeous design. We're then getting that frame from the Venetian Grace, another gorgeous one, the Opulent Grace. The one that Craig used earlier was that Peony Blooms. Another cut and emboss folder, absolutely stunning. That's the one with a grouting technique, a lovely, a big open space on that one from the Vintage Rose. So that's our timeless roses. You're also getting those toppling teacups, which is the one Craig just used to paint onto. And that's a great one to use for that technique, but also to use for your letterpress technique that Craig also showed. That's a really good one. And the last one in that collection is our 3D embossing folder with die sets. And this is your Opulent Oval, which is absolutely gorgeous. So if you're in the market for a few embossing folders, why not go for that collection? You're getting 8 pieces, and for platinum price, £24 or $32. Great one for a gift, I think, that one. If you know someone that loves their crafting and doesn't have very many embossing folders, that's a great one for those. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Colour Me Happy, where has that time gone? Let's have a look and see if we've got a demo of the show. Yes, we have. Demo of the show goes to number 1.
Number 1.
So the heart one. Yes, Dean's happy. Dean says he got it right. He got it right. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Absolutely beautiful. Pat is saying, I love the ideas coming from Craig. Yeah, we all love Craig's ideas today. Craig, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Join us back here in an
Absolutely.
hour. Nice Second Chance Sunday.
Nice, let's do it.
Yeah, definitely. Second Chance Sunday is that show which we all love, actually. It's one of the favourites. It's because we bring back and show you lots of goodies that have been on for the past week or two. And there's some really good deals still in that in the Second Chance Sunday because the Black Friday deals are still on the website until 12 o'clock tonight. So don't miss out on those. We've also got that outlet sale as well, so make sure that you grab those. But why not join us back here in an hour when me and Craig will be back with you. Bye for now.